Hey everyone, welcome to The Explainer. So today we're diving straight into this classic devotional text that actually reveals kind of a superpower, literally. It shows how your everyday attitude, how you choose to show up when you roll out of bed every morning, can actually chase away the dark stuff in the world around you. If you've ever wondered how you can make a massive difference just by being yourself, you are in exactly the right place.
Okay, picture this. You wake up in the middle of the night, you're shuffling to the kitchen for a glass of water, it's pitch black, and bam, you stub your toe right on the edge of the couch. Ouch, right? We've all been there. Well, our text points out that people actually stumble through life in the exact same way. Only it's not a dark living room. It's what the author calls moral darkness. That's really just a way of saying people don't always know the right thing to do, or they feel lost, sad, and confused. And when people can't see the good in the world, they stumble.
So to fix this whole stumbling in the dark problem, the text kicks off with this totally epic command from the Bible. Isaiah chapter 60, verse 1. Arise, shine, for thy light is come, and the glory of the Lord is risen upon thee. I mean, come on, that sounds like something a hero hears right before going on a massive quest, doesn't it? But what does that ancient, powerful instruction actually mean for us right now, going to school or hanging out at home? Well, let's unpack it. Basically, it means we have this incredible privilege to plug right into Jesus, who the text calls the ultimate source of light. Think about the lamp in your bedroom. It can't just glow on its own, right? It's got to be plugged into the wall to get electricity. In the exact same way, when we connect with Jesus, we get plugged in. We become like little mirrors or channels, blasting his brilliant light out into the world. So, arise and shine, it literally just means getting up and sharing that amazing love with everyone you meet.
The author actually uses this really awesome metaphor of a sunrise. Have you ever been up early enough to watch the sunrise in the east? At first, it's super dark and the shadows might look like scary monsters. But then the sun peaks over the horizon. And the text says the sun dispels, which is just a fancy word for completely destroying the gloomy mists and scary shadows of the night. It just paints the whole sky with gold and pink and brings warmth and life to absolutely everything it touches. And honestly, this brilliantly illustrates our whole mission in life. Think of it as 3 steps. First, there's night. Maybe feeling a bit lost or walking in darkness. But then, step 2, the dawn hits when we plug into our source of light. And finally, step 3, we hit high noon. The text says the Christian life is symbolized by the sun glorifying the heavens with its blaze of light. We are literally meant to blaze like the midday sun, totally lighting up the path so other people don't stub their toes in the dark anymore. Okay, so you're probably wondering, that's great, but how do I actually glow? Well, the author gives us a super specific 3-part arsenal to chase away those shadows. And no, you don't need magic. Step 1 is good works. Just doing kind, helpful stuff for others without even being asked. Step 2 is cheerfulness, just bringing a smile and a good attitude into the room. And step 3 is courage, being brave enough to do the right thing even when it's hard or scary. Put those together and you've got a flashlight, a laser beam, and pure sunshine all rolled into one.
And the craziest part? By just using your cheerfulness and your courage, your everyday life acts exactly like that sunrise we talked about. According to the text, this sunrise completely wipes out some pretty nasty stuff. It defeats ignorance, so not knowing the truth. It defeats superstition, being scared of silly, spooky things that aren't even real. It completely chases away gloom, unbelief, and all that moral darkness. Literally, just by being brave and happy, you are actively defeating the dark. How cool is that?
But quick time out, because we do have to be careful. The author throws in a warning about the exact opposite kind of person. They use a really funny name for them, calling them a sunless professor. And no, that's not a college teacher who forgot to go outside. It means something way more serious when we look at how we actually treat other people. So, a sunless professor isn't a supervillain in a comic book. It's actually just someone who claims to be a Christian. They profess it, right? But they constantly complain, act gloomy, and drag everyone down into the shadows. The text actually compares them to salt that's lost its flavor. Imagine dumping salt in your fries and it tastes like nothing. What's the point? Instead of bringing light, a sunless professor just casts these cold, dark shadows on everyone around them.
Because of this, the text makes it crystal clear every single day we get to choose our side. On one hand, we can choose to talk darkness. That's complaining, focusing on the bad stuff, doubting everything, which actually makes unbelief stronger in ourselves and our friends. Or we choose the other side and talk light. That means actively choosing to speak words of hope, words of love, and words of courage, no matter what crazy stuff is going on around us.
Look at how powerful your words actually are here.
Every single expression of doubt you speak strengthens unbelief and just creates more shadows. But on the flip side, it tells us that every single word of hope and love you speak literally fortifies your soul. And fortify means building a massive protective castle wall. When you speak with hope, you are building a fortress around your soul and the souls of your friends, keeping all that moral darkness out.
And hey, never forget the massive power of just one. I know, it's easy to think, I'm just one kid, what can I even do? But think about a pitch-black room. All it takes is one tiny match, one flashlight, or one bright ray of your communicated light to completely change the whole atmosphere of that room. The text tells us we can all be channels of light, shooting out bright rays to the entire world. You absolutely have the power of one.
The text actually promises that when Christ is living inside our hearts, our good works literally bring life to other people. It calls this being a savor of life unto life, which is honestly just a really old-school fancy way of saying your good attitude brings more good things to life. By reflecting His image, like that plugged-in mirror we talked about, we prove we're true children of the light. And let me tell you, being a child of the light means you are officially signed up for an epic shadow-chasing adventure.
So, as we wrap up this explainer, and you grab your backpack for school or head out to the neighborhood, I want you to be a shadow chaser today. Look around and ask yourself this one massive question. Who is sitting in the shadows today that desperately needs your sunlight? Seriously, who is sitting alone at recess? Who's just having a rough day? Who needs your cheerfulness and your courage right now to light up their dark day? Remember, you are plugged into the ultimate source, so go out there and shine.